Each bracket consists of 6 disciplines.
There's the entry.
You have a motete or traditional chant.
Then there's the action song. Then the poi.
A haka, and then an exit off stage.
I didn't even know how to tuck my poi in.
We had 32 days to get it ready.
Oh yeah, I thought it was a Mission Impossible.
Kapa haka is the vehicle, drives te reo Māori. You learn to turn up on time, you learn discipline, you learn commitment and sacrifice. You know, you're away from your children, away from your family. But when you're with your team, when you're performing, it's your time to connect with your Māori tongue, or with who you are.
I grew up all around the North Island. I moved around a lot as a kid. You know, I didn't have any understanding about life. You know, it was quite hard, but it made me be the person I am today. I didn't really know much about my Māori side.
I used to try and be in the Tongan group at school. I didn't want to be Māori. Being Māori wasn't a cool thing when I was growing up. We tried to say we were Cook Island or anything other than being Māori, because there was a stigma about being Māori. I think for me, kapa haka has just given me confidence to stand up, to know who I am.
The last time I did kapa haka, I was in high school, and I didn't get selected for our kapa haka group. But my love for kapa haka never went away.
Hone was coming around and I was asking all of us brothers if who wants to do kapa haka. Me and the kazi were the first ones to put our hand up.
The first 20 that you put your name down to be in it, can we get it over here?
I think there were a lot of people that put their name down. Yeah, but there were some criteria that you got to meet, and that was to show up every time. If you weren't going to be at all of those practices, then don't put your name down. Some of them stopped going to their Māori class. Some of them normally go to church on a Sunday. That's something that they would have to give up for that time, and something they were prepared to give up.
You know, as soon as you slack off, you know, you lose a part of yourself and also what you're trying to progress in. I put my hand up thinking it wasn't to do with the regionals, thinking that it wasn't to do with what we're doing now, you know.
I don't think they knew what they were in for. They don't really know about the world of it.
Overall, it was kind of stressful.
I'm not even gonna lie, there was some doubts. But we have 2 amazing kapa haka tutors.
First of all, we needed to learn the words.
From where I started, I couldn't even basically say one sentence, brother. You know, but all we got to do is break the ice and bring that little Māori boy out of you.
Then they had to put actions to it. Each item is different, you got to change the mood.
It's overwhelming because at first I didn't even know how to tuck my poi in.
You know, I'm used to people with some basic knowledge of how to use a poi. They just couldn't catch it. Man. So that was probably a challenge. And a lot of them wanted to give up because you sort of feel like a little bit inadequate, you know, sometimes you just can't get it.
There was a couple of times that I wanted to tap out. You know, I'll get called to come downstairs because we're about to shoot off and I'm like, oh no, I'm sick.
We said we'd teach them this song this day. You got to come back. You got to know all of those words off by heart. They'd come back, they knew them, but we couldn't touch it because we had another song that we needed to teach them the next time.
For me, I didn't really have hope. There's the entry, then there's the motiatia, then there's the action song, then the poi, then the haka, then the exit. Hell yeah, I thought it was a mission impossible.
And the next day they came with another song. And now we need to learn the actions to that song. And the next song, the next actions, now we need to polish it all up and bring it all together.
To have like only 5 weeks to prepare. There's people in the kapa haka, you know, industries that's been like preparing for like
Months, years.
months, years, you know.
We're not competing, but we still want to do our best.
I think I got it.
You can't turn around and change your mind now, because everybody's got their hopes up now. They started getting excited.
Now, so there's now an expectation that he's been practicing, he's been going hard, that you know, everyone knows how to do the poi, but we've got to at least bring something that follows what's being put out there.
No, I'm here to do a job. It's to pull out that best in you. Stop just going through the motions of it. Discipline got better.
You know, we all started to encourage each other. We all started to play our own role.
Having my sisters there and turning up to practice with my sisters, that meant a lot to me. And I hear them practicing all the time.
I knew that we were going to be a good team from the start because everyone was king. And we all learned those songs together, we all learned how to do the actions together, and you know, just having the encouragement from the boys, you know, one of the boys, you know, we're starting to get hoa, you know. It was just like, oh, we're doing the same over and over and over again. But having one of the boys, it's all good, brother, you know, like
Picking each other up.
pick each other up.
I'm trying to give it my all, in a way.
And to do this with a man I love. I'm proud and I'm proud of everyone here.
Still didn't listen. No. Hey? You guys got clearance for 8 2?
No. Does that look alright?
Pressure. There's a lot of pressure, eh? I could feel my attitude wasn't great.
So I don't want you to get caught up in, oh, this person said, oh, I need to go get a ticket for this. Just focus, quarter past.
I feel a bit worried, to be honest. My biggest worry is making one mistake, you know, and someone locking their eyes on me while making that mistake. You know, it just doesn't reflect on me, it reflects on the whole group.
We're gonna find the middle, okay? So he's gonna do this, he's gonna do this. Okay? But just stay still. You're gonna go all the way up there. Alright, do we all understand? How many? 8. Okay, 8.
There were some major things that I needed to change because I'd now seen the stage. It was much bigger than, well, look at this little room here. This is where we've been practicing in this tiny space.
The biggest thing for when you're going into something like this and you've never experienced that feeling before, you've never had like a million eyes on you before.
Is everyone here?
When we got on the bus, they came out and they did the haka, and it was really emotional because it was, you could feel them and how proud they were to be watching us leave here to go represent all of the Grace whānau. And you know, then the emotions start coming. I didn't have time for the crying.
You just gotta just stay cool.
I was just overwhelmed by the responsibility, and my focus was at the stage, the performance.
I really hope that we make them proud.
Right before we went on, when we talk about going to war, almost when we're going onto the stage, I'd go to war with these guys because you could just feel they were ready for it. They weren't about to go out there and just drop the ball. They were amped, they were pumped. They go, come on, come on. So that's the moment when I just thought, oh yeah, it's going to be fine.
Aroha Noa, Grace Foundation.
We practiced for hours and hours for 15 minutes. Sort of feels crazy that we did all of that just for one shot. They went hard, you know, and even the ones that in the practice were kind of looking all over the place, they were good. I think they were good, and it was their time.
I just remember it just sounded like angels in the room. Like beautiful voices, and the meaning of the words that we were singing just made me feel blessed.
That's where we are now, from where we first started.
Because we were at the beginning, we were like a bit of like a puzzle, you know, missing pieces, and now those pieces have been found and it's complete.
They had a good crowd, and every item, as soon as they came on, their whole whānau, all their family, just really were backing them.
You know, we've only been training for the last 5 weeks. So no matter what place we come, when we go onto the stage and stuff, like,
It's an achievement in my eyes. Yeah.
it's an achievement in my eyes as well. Like.
I think that was the best day of some of their lives. I've got no doubt that their lives changed that day.
I feel raised, like my confidence, my self-love, my self-worth. Being a part of it, the Grace Foundation Kapa Haka, that just makes me feel up here. Then I have this lifetime memory of me knowing what it felt like.
I'm really proud of myself to be representing these guys because I am grateful for the Grace Foundation. So in another way, like, this is me showing them how much I appreciate them.
These are the type of people we're working with. They're determined. Nobody's going to tell them that they can't do it. You could see in their eyes they meant what they were saying. They weren't just words. And they're talking about their children and their mokopuna, their grandkids, and they were doing it for them.
From when I started to who I am now, I've started thinking a lot more clearer. You got to give your all.
You got to give your all, bro. Especially when you're talking about, like, the change, especially if you want to change, like, from being that person to becoming a better person.
There was that bond, that got created. When they went out there, each one had your back. From the left to the right, the front, the back. Everyone was connected like that. So I think this was an escape for them, to come here and feel a part of something special, to be like a whānau, a community, outside of the communities that they've known in the past. And I think maybe some of them haven't felt that kind of aroha before.
Not only are we here to perform and learn, you know, these songs, but we're here to have fun as Māori people.
Being here and being a part of Aroha Noa just made it more surreal for me that this recovery journey needs to continue even after the kapa haka. I'm ready to keep continuing on that path, which is towards the light, because I've had enough of living in that darkness.
Well, hopefully that they won't stop, and that they'll go back to their whānau and teach them, their children, get everybody else involved with it, because you can tell how much they loved it, and so their friends are impacted by that, their family and their children, their grandchildren. I don't think that's the end of it for them. It's just the start.